Just gonna go Sandarin. I'm just gonna go show you guys what SM boosting looks like. So we're gonna start in here. Blessing of Sanctuary, Righteous Fury, Sanctity Aura. You don't actually need Sanctity Aura for this, but it's gonna help quite a bit. You notice my build, it's just a bunch of spell power items. I'm pretty much just going Glass Cannon here. Figurine of the Colossus. If you're under geared, you can switch this out for Dabbery's Enigma. That will help you a bit with, especially, Armory and Cath. We are going to start with Library here, which is fairly easy. You see I'm pretty geared, but you don't need to be. You can be in pretty much just pre-raid, and you can do this just fine. I wouldn't recommend Skullflame Shield or Demon Forge Breastplate because they lower your tankiness, and I just wouldn't recommend it. They're just pretty bad items. You're better off just going for a build like this. So we'll start off, go inside. With Library here, your people just AFK here when they get boosted. You go ahead and pull here. Pull those. Just walk here, face pull these. Not a ton going on so far. Just walk around. There's a patrol here of dogs. You need to go this way in order to pick it up. Otherwise, you're gonna miss it. Yeah, you see that? They can, if you go the other way, they'll walk around you, and then they'll go and they'll pull the other. They'll go in here, then they'll kill the people that are getting boosted. Like if they decide to pop their head out, they'll die. So always just better to go to the right. You get stunned sometimes. It's not a huge deal. These mobs don't hit for much. Normally getting stunned is a pretty big problem, but it's not a huge issue here. Yeah, see, I'm just gonna use a max red consecrate. I don't really care too much about this. Library is pretty easy to boost. You see a walk in here, pull these mobs, get this, and we'll start walking them to our kill spot. It's coming up. Walk these in here, corner, and just turn these on. There you go. I judged the tracking on. That's pretty bad. You'll see they're just running away. I turn on Figurine a little bit late, honestly, because you want to turn it on early in situations like this where the mobs just kind of die, regardless of what you do. I start going Righteous just because all the mobs are dying. You'll notice I don't pull anything. Gosh, this is all hell. I don't go any further into this instance because all these mobs reset really fast. You'll pull these, and then you pull them to like right here, and they'll just reset. It's really bad. You can't boost this area. You can't. It's impossible. They reset too much. No. Also, talent build. Redoubt is like the most important talent here. We just kind of just walk around. Go here, go here, go here. This is a pretty good build for heroics, normals, and tier 4 content. And you'll notice that we don't take spell warding, and we leave 1 pound out of toughness to get 3 out of 3 precision, and then we go down here and get Sanctity Aura. It's also a build if you know you're like pretty geared. Just gives you the maximum amount of threat. If you have Lobies here, one of these soldiers may come in here and just get pulled, so be ready for that when you walk in here. One of these soldiers might just pull, especially if they move. Be ready to pick it up. So the way that I do Armory and is I just start pulling everything. I just pull everything. It's not a huge deal. Some people, they will skip by this and they'll just skip this entire area, and I don't really feel like that's necessary. These mobs, again, they don't hit for much. It's just much easier to just pull them all, and you'll see why. So I don't have to do this run around when I come back, and I don't have to worry about killing those guards and whatnot and just escaping them. Because you can't always walk in the middle. Sometimes they will pull, and if they do pull, you need to kill them. So it slows you down. I'd rather not deal with it. I just start pulling everything here. Again, you don't need to. Try to walk to the side. Try to strafe like this. The way that I'm doing this is I'm sort of just like holding one of the arrow keys, and I'm holding my right mouse button. So that way I don't have to assign right mouse key. I don't have to assign strafe keys. You hold like A or D. For me, I do EDSF. You might notice that on my keyboard. I do EDSF. It's just easier for me. I have Pursuit of Justice, so these mobs are kind of just, you know, walking. You don't need Zanza, but it is nice. If you don't have Pursuit of Justice, I don't know why you wouldn't get it, though. There's not a lot of reason to not have it. You notice we just picking up everything here. Judge that pack. Again, if you're worried about the damage, like, you can just judge and, like, use Hammer of Judgment and whatnot, but it's not a huge deal. So, as we're coming up here, we're gonna bubble and pull and open this room. If you pull everything, you have to do this. Otherwise, I mean, obviously you can't do that if they're all wailing on you. And this is where we're gonna get a distance. So we walk by Herod, judge him, and you'll see why. All these mobs, they're stuck on the stairs. They can't hit us. They are stuck on the stairs. The only person that can catch up to us is Herod, and this is the only pack that will spawn. These guys will spawn behind you as soon as you pull Herod. And then you just walk, and you are home free. Our figurine cooldown is going to save us once we get them into our corner. We can kind of just hug the corner and get these guys to de-aggro us. You see, or sometimes they do. Sometimes they stop hitting you. They didn't this time. Yeah, you see they did this time. You see they're all stuck. I don't want to turn on sound because it's awful, and I don't really like doing that. So, right here, bam. Turn on figurine. Better to do it sooner than later, honestly, in SM. Herod lags behind quite a bit. It's kind of annoying. Because he's also really annoying to kill too. You'll notice when we get all these, I actually like to go down here sometimes. I actually go down here so I LOS the mages when they run up there. The mages have to walk down here in order to hit me. Whereas sometimes they might just stay up there and cast on you. They won't go into your consecration. When he does this roll run, he's immune to spell damage, which is obviously a big middle finger to paladins. So, luckily he doesn't have that much health. Alright, cool. So we're done with, we did library and armory. We're going to move on to cathedral. No. And again, unless your boosties are leveled, this Myrmidon will pull as soon as they walk in. So the way that I do it, typically, so these mobs don't reset or whatever, because sometimes they do, they're weird. I pull this entire hallway, I kill it, and then I move on to the rest of the boost. Also, people get pretty bored boosting, so they want to just sit here and like jump around and hang out, so I'd rather just kill this and get over with. The Myrmidons don't run away, they'll enrage. The defenders will run away though. You see, he ran away. Cool. So, ignore all these mobs. Don't pull any of these mobs. If you pull any of these mobs at this stage, kill them. Again, all of this requires the Scarlet Key that you get from the last boss in Library, but he's pretty easy to kill, so it won't take you very long if you want to start getting on SM boosting. Go in, walk in, unlock this cage, judge, and just walk. You can also face pull or melee that pack, it really doesn't matter. Just walk in, pull these. This is also, I mean, you have to walk for a long distance here. It's a pretty long pull here. You see, we're just straight fronting and picking up all of these. Get this Centurion. No, I also need to. If you have like a hover macro for your cleanse, you need to turn that off because it's super annoying to. My cleanse I have a cleanse like hover over person macro, and you can't do that when you're boosting. It's impossible. So. At least for the way that I won't, and then I use my keyboard and mouse. Whenever they frostbolt, you just want to get rid of it because you're slowing yourself down. They're slowing you down and they're making you take more damage. So it's just really bad. You always want to cleanse the frostbolts as soon as they come out. Most of them will resist, but some of them will hit you. We're not super worried about pulling everything here, because it takes a lot of time. Like, if we were to go back and pull those few mobs that you saw on the outside, like, it would take too much time. As we walk up to Mograine, everything in this room will pull. Everything in this room will pull as soon as we pull him. So, if you're under, you need to keep your distance from Mograine. You need to keep your distance from Mograine. You need to keep your distance, because he will walk up and hodge you. And especially if you don't have much gear, like, I have a lot of gear. You can die there. You saw how low I got. So what some people do is they'll Blessing of Protection through that room, and they'll cleanse themselves. So you see we walked up there, and then they have to follow around. They can't take that shortcut like we did. So I'll walk down here. Sometimes you can get like a Holy Light if you really want to, but I know we don't need it, so I'm not doing that. We're just nuking them right now. We don't need to cleanse you of this stuff. As these guys get really low, they start walking around and doing a bunch of weird stuff. So just, what I would suggest is walk up here. Make them come up the stairs. Make them clump up again and then kill them. These chaplains, by the way, are notoriously hard to kill, and they're buggy as all hell, and they reset all the time. So, it may be worth it if you have like 3 of them at like full HP. It may just be worth it. Be like, hey, we're just gonna reset, because these take forever to kill. They are super annoying. And we can't purge their debuffs, so their buffs. So, and we run out of mana so fast now. And you see that one, it's not just the chaplains, it's these guys too. Some of the mobs in here will just reset. I guess we didn't grab that one, but you know, it's not a huge deal. So yeah, that's SM boosting, and then obviously we'd go out and reset and do everything there.